BRB UK. Worse teeth, better accents.
Hello, and thank goodness it's no longer Christmas, and we've got all that behind us. It's episode 573 of BRB UK. Is what we're back doing and stuff, even though this might be recorded before Christmas, but we're pretending it's after Christmas. And what are our presents great, Tim?
Brilliant. I'm still
Coleman,
wearing
how
my
are your
Christmas
presents?
jumper,
I didn't get any. No one hates me. No one loves me.
though. You got a lump of coal because you're being a naughty boy this year, eh?
No, I didn't even get that. Kind of get those all year round.
Oh.
Is it all that sort of wearing other people's skin you've been doing that maybe
No, it was,
got you on the naughty list?
it was a play on my name, being a Coleman.
Oh, he's a
Coleman.
coal man.
Now that would imply you're made of coal, not that people give you coal.
Coleman.
Otherwise that would be like people giving you dismembered bits of your relatives if people gave you coal and you were a
That's
man
just
made
cruel.
of coal. Yeah, exactly. See, the metaphor doesn't work, Coleman. It does not work. I'm sorry. It doesn't work.
Do you know what does work?
What? Me shutting up and you getting on with the show.
4 podcasts.
There we go.
So I thought we'd do things differently.
Okay.
We decided not to do the worst games of the year because we tend not to just play bad games. Usually avoid them. Did
Speak
The
for
Walking
yourself.
Dead 'cause
I've
it's
played a lot of
funny.
Destiny 2 this year. Thank you.
And then
None
there
of
was
us
some
played
call for
Gollum.
it. And originally I went through and I tried to compile a list of the worst games of the year through Metacritic, which
Yeah.
wow, it's the first time I've logged into Metacritic.
I use OpenCritic.
And a lot of the things are like, well, we don't know what any of these are, and they've got the worst scores because they're just broken games that are from some knockoff shop or something. So I don't know. So I thought I'd try something a little bit different, seeing as we're so close to the end of 2023. On today, the 29th of December, that is definitely today and not a pre-recorded podcast. I thought we'd review the year in gaming as was 2023 and talk about some of the biggest moments. Now, for the sake of speeding things along, because these are only short shows, and also we've covered a lot of these as well. The bulk of things like acquisitions and studios getting shut down, I've cut a lot of those out.
Right.
So this
There was
is
too many
mainly
of those this year anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it was very depressing. So I thought I'd go through and we'll talk some the big events that happened this year, and there were a lot in a timeline order. So first of all, if you remember. I couldn't believe this happened this year. I thought this was last year. Way back in the 18th of January.
Ago.
Right.
Oh, yeah. If you remember where you were when you
I
heard the news
was
that
probably at
Google
work.
Stadia had shut down.
Oh, blimey. Well, I think we kind of all knew its head was on the chopping block for probably since when did Stadia launch? Was that 21 or 22?
I think before it launched, we had a pretty good idea
Yeah, I
that
think
it was
we knew
probably
it was not
going to
gonna-
crash and
It was
burn.
pre-COVID because I remember talking about it in the office, in my old office as well.
I don't know if you saw the
Yes.
other day, they've extended the time because it was about to run out this Christmas. They've extended the time that you can make your Stadia controller Bluetooth and therefore able to use
At
with
least
other
seriously
devices.
time limiting that.
Yeah, well, they did, but they've extended it by another year now. So at least that's something.
That is a absolute not very nice person move. Future Coleman thanks me for my lack of swears.
Otherwise, it's just a nice themed paperweight. So, you know.
I must admit, I have done that to my Stadia controller, turned on the Bluetooth, but that's the last time I plugged it into anything. It's a good controller. It is a good controller.
Before they shut down the service, I'd actually packed all my Stadia stuff up in the attic and in my old place, and could not find it. And I went through boxes and I just could not find it. And then when I moved house and it finally popped up somewhere, I was like, right, put that over there because I must remember to switch that over because this is now my main PC controller. It's the best part of Stadia was the controller.
It was always a really, really, really beautifully designed bit of kit. That
I mean, it's no online controller, but
well, I mean, they gave not only did they, I mean, because we both got free versions, didn't we, Dan?
Yes, yeah. I got mine via because of BT, I think, or was it my mobile one?
Yeah, I can't remember what I got. Oh, I think it might have been Google themselves. I think it was a YouTube Premium thing. But yeah, the controller's like one of the best controllers I own, and I got a free 4K Google Chrome with it, which is great. There's a Chromecast. So those are the two best things to come out of that service, and I didn't pay for them.
Yes, someone gave me theirs, so I've got one as well. So we've all actually ended up with a Google Stadia controller. But hey,
I actually found my OnLive the other day.
Oh,
nice! I want it. I want to gut it and turn it into something.
Dude, it's got the processing power of a peanut. It really
no.
is.
I just want the shell. I want to cut everything from the inside and turn it into something. Same with what was that thing that Tim used to? Ouya. That was it.
Ouya.
You're not touching my Ouya.
Where's your Ouya?
I just want all the crappy non-functioning consoles so I can do stuff to them.
You can see it up there.
Look at that.
Nice paperweight.
Still, do you still refer to it as an investment, Tim?
No.
Good. I'm glad we got that sorted out finally.
Yeah, it's a shame. If you remember through the previous episodes, like I think I was the most positive about the Stadia, even through the negative times, and then I'm still very hopeful.
Hard reality slap you around the face.
I'm still very hopeful for cloud gaming in some form, but it's been something I've been hopeful for like 16 years. So in some form or another, it's always getting screwed up. So moving on to the following month, in February the 17th, this had already launched over in Japan, but the Universal Studios theme park in California, they got their expansion of Super Nintendo World opened up to the public, which I believe this year they've announced the Donkey Kong expansion's coming next year as well.
I love that they call it as an expansion there. The DLC. The DLC to the theme park.
They're adding to the park. It's literally an expansion.
I know. They're expanding the
park. It's
funny
because video games. Yes. Yeah. I don't know how much you guys know about Super Nintendo World, but it's a lot of very pretty theming, and then a lot of the rides are like very AR based, which I always find a cop out with theme park rides. It's like go sit on a thing and then look at a screen. Well done, you. It's not exactly like the dark rides of old. No.
Yoldy rides with a good old-fashioned sharpened portcullis that may land on your head. I
mean, I don't know if you've ever been on the Jurassic Park ride, which in California is now the Jurassic World ride, but like actual sized T-Rexes from the
actual
movie
dinosaurs.
Actual real dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Life found a way.
It
found its way to Universal
Animatronics found a way, I think you'll find. But yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing how a little bit of frog jizz will get you 99% of the way there, isn't it?
I'll also point out before we carry on, much like the last episode where I did not render the videos correctly for the Game of the Year videos to be slotted into this, I had slides for this and they're all in the wrong format, so I can't use any of them.
Hey!
So we had a slideshow to go with this.
Preparation.
I spent like an hour and a half doing those.
I
lost a lot of time today.
Oh, Coleman.
Can we find a way? I mean, you said that life will find a way. Can slideshows find a way? Can you share your screen? Can you?
I'm sure you can do it in post, maybe, so the listeners.
No.
I want to see the slides.
I need the physical thing to move it around.
Hang on, have you gone down Snappy Snaps and put them on actual slides, and is that why you can't do it?
No. You got to set it up like an actual PowerPoint presentation type thing, and I didn't do that. Anywho,
denied a PowerPoint.
Moving on. So this is a big one. So some sense of normality returning to the world of video games. The Games Developers Conference, or GDC as it's also known, that has returned on the 20th of March, and it was the first time since lockdown that it was the in-person event.
Oh,
so
makes a difference to E3, which was a dead in-person event. Am I right?
We'll get to that.
Burn.
Then, in the same month, on the 27th of March, Nintendo closed the eShop for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. There was a lot of news around that. A lot of people annoyed when the initial announcement was made. Some influencer called the Completionist, he tried to download every video game for it. Apparently that name's a bit mud at the minute. So
yeah, I mean, I guess he could afford to pay for every game, but
Wow.
We're
not biting, Tim.
No.
There's some considering he's trying to sue two people that brought up this stuff, I'm gonna stay out of that bit.
Just saying,
you can pay the bills, Tim.
He earned some money. That's all I'm saying. Didn't say anything about allegedly stealing a load of money or anything.
Oh yeah, because chucking the word allegedly is that old. That's like the Scooby-Doo legal defense that you always use.
I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you allegedly.
Oh, it's a parody. Oh, that's all right. You can have our trademarks. It's fine.
And then, as Dan alluded to, on the 30th of March, so first of all, E3, they announced that it had been cancelled this year because of a lack of major publisher attendance.
And by that I mean no one.
Or minor publisher attendance as well.
Just publisher attendance. Or actually, I think we're all attendance full stop.
Yeah,
I think
attendance was down.
It's not surprising. Nintendo first pulled out, and then EA pulled out, and then Xbox and PlayStation soon followed, and it's just gone down and down, much like a lot of other different game shows at the moment as well. On the 7th of September, they announced that there will be no E3 in 2024 either. And then just a week ago, the ESA confirmed that they will no longer hold E3 trade shows for the foreseeable future. So there's a chance it could come back, but not likely.
No.
Only if you've got really good vision. Really good long.
Was it Reed Pop that invested a lot of money into E3 just before lockdown stuff? Or I think it was during lockdown, actually.
I mean, I have to say, that is a pretty dumbass financial decision right there, isn't it?
You remember they were going to turn it into biomes and all.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Experiences.
Turning a press. Well, there was no need for the press event anymore, so they're going to turn it into a public event, which made sense in theory because everyone kind of fakes, it does like rubbish press credentials and goes in and just has fun there anyway. It's been happening.
Hey, what are you saying?
But
don't start.
No, that was a Make-A-Wish thing, but Tim got better.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of people that like get in there for reasons that aren't press coverage and just go there because it's E3 and it's amazing. But over the years, they've gone, well, we don't really need it to be a press thing anymore. Let's turn it into a public thing. And that kind of killed it because it was not as well run as, say, like the PAX or a previous EGX, we shall say.
I think that everyone now has pulled out from the big draw that they had in the previous years, which was having the press conferences around that time and that being the big kind of center point for E3 and the year's gaming calendar. I think that's gone away now, and I don't think that's ever coming back. So I don't think even if they choose to bring it back, whether it can.
I think Xbox not doing it is the nail in the coffin because you say about the press conferences, but when Microsoft go, we're not doing a press conference at E3 in the Microsoft Theatre.
Yeah. I mean, but I think a bizarre bit of foresight, bearing in mind Nintendo still doesn't quite know how the internet works. Nintendo actually kind of led the charge on this, I would argue, that they really kind of starting the ball rolling on this one. So, God bless them.
But even then, they tended to release a pre-recorded thing around the time of E3, and there's no need for them to do that anymore. Basically.
Watch the video.
They were the first to go. They were the first to go. We're not doing the live show anymore, but we're going to do the Nintendo Direct around the same time. Also, we're not going to appear on the show floor, but our stuff will appear on the show floor in like third party and things like that. However, over time, then they started going, Breath of the Wild, like they'll just stick things on the show floor and they'll do Treehouse from E3 and all that kind of stuff. So they were involved even though they weren't. So I think PlayStation might have been the big kicker on that one because they were the proper ones to go, we're just not turning up anymore. Yeah.
We're out of here.
Okay, what was next? One that Tim was very excited about. I think this took up like 3 hours of one of the BRB episodes. Apple announced the Apple Vision Pro, a mixed reality headset that is set to release early next year. That was
for the low price of your firstborn.
Are you still excited about the video game capabilities of this headset, Tim?
I mean, yes and no. I do actually think it's quite interesting what Quest 3 is doing with mixed reality at a much lower budget price. And
also the fact you can buy it.
Well, yeah,
but
then
Pro.
Dan was the one that was the big mixed reality guy way before mixed reality came along, but I'm not so sure that's sustained its interest past the kind of inception into actual reality. But I always saw mixed reality as something for the future. I don't think it's necessarily there yet, but there does look like there's some interesting things coming out of Quest already, and I expect that they will get a bit of a graphical upgrade, and I think it's actually quite good for developers to be learning they're finding their feet on Quest at the moment, and then that will help them be more experienced developers when it comes to Apple Vision Pro and actually developing for that. So yeah, it could be interesting.
I don't think the Apple Vision Pro, I don't think they're positioning it for games first and foremost.
No.
It's in,
I think that's later down the
for
line.
Architects, industrial designers, medicine,
it's
that kind of thing.
It's an Apple tool.
And other people
it's
with
a tool
more money
made by
themselves.
Apple, and therefore, it's going to be overpriced for what it is because it's Apple. And also,
snap, son.
I think if
True.
you had, if they had come out and gone, we have a mixed reality headset and we don't do video games on it, there would have been more kind of why, rather than going, it can also be used for video games.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's coming some point in 2024. So we'll
early
see how
24
that
for the
goes.
list price of $3,500.
As I was looking through these events that have either come back or carried on this year, I was kind of stung by how much stuff gets announced in comparison to how much stuff used to get announced at like an E3. So we had, for instance, the Summer Games Fest was in June the 8th. And I went through everything that was an announcement, everything that was like a release date, a regular trailer, an update, DLC, all this kind of stuff, and went, right, how many new games were announced? Sonic Superstars and The Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Yep.
Oh, that's it.
Everything else was an up. That's
Smoke and mirrors.
That's quite crazy to me. Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors.
Still looking forward to that Prince of Persia, though. Me and Tim have both played that one.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks good.
Good game. I look forward to playing that not on a Switch because they made me play that on split Joy-Cons. This is the one I did add in just because it was such big news this year.
Yeah.
Embracer Group, they were trying to. So if you don't know Embracer Group, they basically own video games. They just keep and Lord of the Rings for some reason. They just keep picking things up, throwing monies at things, and it's because they had this planned $2 billion deal. That fell through with a company that is funded by the Saudi government, allegedly. And it all fell through. And because of that, they've been trying their hardest to not cut corners, but cut spending so they can reduce that $2 billion debt, which I'll get to in a moment. So this was announced on the 14th of June that this had happened and that we should brace ourselves for some news on losses of jobs and
brace ourselves
along the way.
Embracer.
So yes, embrace yourself, fool.
Embrace
so
yourself.
On the 10th of August, we lost. On the 10th of August, we lost Campfire Cabal, which I believe they were a new studio set up for Embracer. Volition soon followed on the 31st of August. If you don't know, those are the guys behind the Saints Row series, as well as many games before that. But Saints Row is the one that they're most
Agents
widely known
of
for.
Mayhem.
Agents of Mayhem, which was a Saints Row spin-off that I still have in. Actually, no, I gave it away and it was still wrapped up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought that for like £1 and then came home and I went, Tim, do you want one of these? And he went, yeah. So I went out and got another one.
Did they do Red Faction Gorilla? Is that them? Was that something?
I think it was Gorilla, the one with all the smashy walls.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, someone else.
Smashy building. Yeah, I think it's that one.
Was it that one? No.
I think
that
it was
a great
that one.
game.
Yeah,
that was
they
good
did
fun.
one of them. And then recently on the 11th of December, as discussed in previous shows, Free Radical got shut down. They were a studio that were formed for the reboot or the remake of Time Splitters. We're not sure. It was just a return to the series. So that's gone now. And then as of November, the total number of employees has been whittled down by 904, which is 5% of their employee base, I believe. Now, what do you think all the studios, the shutdowns and all the employees gone, how much do you think they've managed to save of this $2 billion debt?
I'm guessing about 20 million.
Tim, care to guess?
Not even that.
$500 million.
I would say.
$500 million. They're still in
That's
$1
actually
billion.
a lot more than I expected.
They're still in $1.5 billion worth of debt, so you should expect some more news from Embracer Group coming next year, possibly still this year. While this
I have to say, though, $1 billion is a mind-boggling sum of money, much more so, think how much $1 billion is and then at least triple it. That's how massive $1 billion is.
Are they definitely $1.5 billion? I know there was a $2 billion takeover, but just because they fell with a $2 billion takeover doesn't mean they necessarily needed $2 billion, because a lot of that would probably have been profit.
Well, perhaps they spent their money before they checked him. It's like somebody won the lottery and didn't check. Bought a Ferrari.
According to the 4 different news articles I read before the show, yes.
Suck it, Tim.
I was going to say, I think that has to do with, because they have had a lot of spending last year and this year. They picked up all the different studios from Square Enix, although that was quite a relatively low price for all those studios. And IPs and things, but also they threw a lot of money off the media rights for the Lord of the Rings series.
Yes.
So they can make TV shows and films and extra books, and they could just do anything with that flipping video games. They could make another Gollum, which I think, weren't they in charge of Gollum technically?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be the nail in the coffin, I'm thinking.
They've got it. They bought it. It's theirs. I might offload. I'd probably say offload that one. Another event that returns to an in-person event this year on the August the 10th. That was QuakeCon came back. I went through the announcements of that. There was nothing new announced. It was all updates and things again. I think it was more so people back in attendance with each other. Yeah, they seemed happy.
Oh,
that's good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas,
there was some,
everyone.
I believe the biggest thing shown off was a Starfield PC, which looked nice, admittedly, but it's not big interest for our video gaming news.
Oh.
Moving on the 21st of August, it was announced that Charles Martinet would be stepping back from recording the voices of Mario and other characters. I believe Luigi and Wario and Waluigi as well. He did all those voices.
Oh.
Wasn't explained why, but yeah.
He's
Charles
307 years old, so that's why.
Yeah.
And doesn't look like the healthiest fellow these days. I saw a video of him that
the man's a walking coronary time bomb. Let's not mince words. He's a walking coronary time bomb.
It's not just that, but he seems to have inherited the dress sense of Jimmy Savile these days. I just saw him walking around this
come on,
big,
no,
seriously. He had this purple shiny, because he's grown his hair long.
Right.
He's got this big purple shiny suit on, this pimp hat, really big hat.
Sounds a bit more Willy Wonka than Jimmy Savile, but
a bit more Willy Wanker, if you're
I will send you the photo after. It's it was quite a funny thing to see.
Wow.
It was also announced on the 13th of October, the new voice of Mario and other characters would be Kevin Afghani, and he took over from Super Mario Wonder.
Do you want to hear a scary fact? Do you want to hear a scary fact?
No.
Do you want to know what's older? Do you know what's older than Kevin Afghani?
Go on then.
Super Mario 64 is older than him.
Oh no. Well, at least he can stick around for a long time.
Yeah.
Until he also starts donning pimp clothes.
Is
hair out super long.
Is that the international Coleman sign of I think your career's on the rails a bit once the pimp suit comes out?
It's not a good sign.
I don't know if he's still employed at it.
It's never going to be a beneficial
and I was like,
thing,
is he still in? Well, I saw the photo. I was like, is he still employed at Nintendo at this point? Because he looks insane. Didn't help that he had the glasses on and the cigar. And anyway,
wow.
Gamescom returned in August.
Big sofa, dispensed medals. Terrible, terrible things.
There were a few games announced for Gamescom. Little Nightmares 3, Killing Floor 3, Homeworld 3, and Expeditions, a Mud Runner game. They were all revealed at Gamescom.
It's not the most exciting list of games.
I think and Gamescom is a in-person event, but because it's in Germany,
a few too many people.
Those
pictures scare me.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm still COVID's still too soon for that. I have to say, I'm like, nope.
I think considering it's that hallway that they always take a photo of the big sign and stuff. And it's just the amount
classic
of people
Gamescom
walking
gang
into the show. Yeah. And then the other
does
one
not
is
entice me.
TGS, which I'll get to as well. That was a lot of people at there, that one as well.
But they're a lot more polite, I would imagine.
I mean, Germans are fairly polite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, super.
13th
super sexy, yeah? Super.
13th of September. This one kind of hit the internet for a hot minute.
What?
Unity Technologies announced that they were doing a retroactive licensing fee for anyone that used the Unity game engine in and they were going to implement that in 2024. So this generated massive backlash with not just the indie game community, but just regular players like ourselves, people that report on news and things. And the criticism, I think this ran for just under a week before they went, we'll just we'll roll that back and forget we did. It was like
did we say that? Oh, we didn't mean to say that. Sorry, we'd had really big. We'd had a really bad cheese dream the night before, and it still kind of.
It was very much the Fine Brothers of video game companies. They just sort of went, well, yeah, we're going to monetize everything that you already had. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Oh, okay, no, definitely not doing it. Who's the boss of Unity again? To the man
behind the curtain. Jeff Bridges.
No, it's someone. Is it Jack Harrison or someone that keeps on getting...
Danny DeVito.
No, it's the previous head of...
Jeff Goldblum.
EA, isn't it? I think. Anyway, yeah. He's not very good.
Michael McIntyre.
Yeah.
Look it up. Yes, I for one am glad that they're not doing that because our soundboard runs on Unity Engine. So
wow, yeah,
Tokyo Game Show, as I mentioned before, that returned in on the 21st of September. No new game announcements on that. All updates and things on there. Other big news. 27th of September, Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, announced that he intends to leave Sony by the 24th of April.
Do you reckon he will?
Yes, and I was, again, when I was pulling up slides, still don't think he looks like Gordon Ramsay, as you said last year, Dan.
I think he does. Have you seen them in a room together? Have you seen them in a room together? Have you seen them in a room together?
Only when Jim Ryan was on the F word. But there might have been a mirror. Ooh.
It could have been a mirror. They are the same person.
They were wearing the exact same clothes.
Yep.
Nintendo back in the news as well. October the 4th, they announced that their intention to discontinue online services for the 3DS and the Wii U in on early April 2024.
I mean,
which
it's a while ago.
They are both very old systems now. So
you're a very old system.
I know I am, but that's okay. It's fine.
I mean,
I'm okay with it.
Much like, and not saying it's okay to do so, but maybe it is if you can't get the games anymore, then jailbreaking a system and using nefarious means to get ROMs on there and stuff. Then maybe
sorry, I just need that allegedly.
Yes, again, I'm saying I'm not endorsing it for legal reasons, but if you're left with no choice, then maybe that is a choice. When it comes to servers, and you'll see this a lot of old MMOs and things. I know
sounded a bit too close to an endorsement for my liking, not going to lie.
BigRedBarrels.com does not endorse the opinions of Coleman. How is that?
That's just generally speaking. We don't endorse our own opinions
of Coleman.
No one does. Just
no.
Sometimes I don't. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time.
I listen about it and I go, what? I said,
which one is the right religion?
Wow.
But
let's not go there at the moment, shall we?
I was going to say, there's a lot of online games. There tends to be fan projects where they'll build their own servers and manage to resurrect old online games. So more bigger games. I know this happens
more
with
bigger
Mario Kart.
More bigger.
Mario Kart Wii, for instance, you can play that online if you connect it to a fan server. I've seen that.
Why? Just play Mario Kart 8. It's better. It has better controls.
Some people don't think so. Oh, well, I think it's for modding. Because you can't mod 8 and get away with it without having problems because it's a current game that's currently sold and currently online. But if you do it on the Wii, no one really cares.
Apart from Nintendo, who will find you and hunt you down.
There is that. I think less likely to care, maybe. Anywho, BlizzCon.
That's why he's wearing the pimp suit. It's all that sweet hitman money that Charles Martinet's pulling in these days.
Oh, jump forward a bit. Sorry, this is the one acquisition I put in. The acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
That was pretty big.
Never heard of it. Never heard of the story. Completely
finally went through. That finally went through following the approval of the UK Competitions Markets and Authority on the 13th of October.
Can I just, out of all the bits of the deal to get your nose out of joint on, cloud gaming? Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously, guys? Come on.
I mentioned it once before, and I can't remember where I heard the initial news from, but when they talk about the oppositions and things that are being brought forward, it's not just like PlayStation going, we don't like this deal. It's a lot of different bodies that are backing behind PlayStation and may not want to be publicly mentioned, but also they will grasp at straws and throw absolutely everything they can to stop a deal going through. So it may look like it's like one side flinging poo at the other one. Well, yeah. Smarter men than myself.
That after everything for the rest of this show. Allegedly.
That's fair. BlizzCon, that
allegedly.
Was on the 3rd of November, allegedly. They had the return of the Overwatch World Cup, which they've now retooled to be more like traditional esports rather than their own internal thing. That was won by Saudi Arabia. They beat China.
Allegedly.
Esports washing, eh?
Yeah. And also there were expansions allegedly announced for World of Warcraft, current and classic versions.
Allegedly.
Diablo 6. Is it Diablo 6?
Diablo 6.
Just
Diablo 4. 4. Sorry.
IV 4.
All over the place. I've written that wrong. Diablo 4 and Hearthstone, which I didn't realize, 1, still exists, and 2, is 10 years old.
Wow, is that really 10 years old? Shut that door.
It's a decade old.
Shut that door.
Mate, if you want to feel old, Toy Story came out 57 years ago today.
Oh. Really? Is that all?
No. And lastly, we actually cut this from the agenda last week. Google, they have been, if you remember, Apple and Epic were in court, and also so were Google and Epic. And the Apple one, though, that wrapped up a little while ago. The Google v Epic Games is still being ongoing. And Google have been found to have maintained an illegal monopoly in the Android market by a jury trial in the Epic v Google court case. This
Here's
is all
a
over
question.
V-Bucks.
Here's a question. Do you reckon Epic are going to change their tune and absolutely everything sold through the Fortnite engine?
No, they will fight everyone else.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, this whole thing is V-Bucks. If you don't remember, you used to be able to play Fortnite on every single platform under the flipping sun, and you could buy microtransactions, V-Bucks, to pay for all your skins and things in the game. And then all of a sudden, they just stopped offering V-Bucks on iOS and then following on Android. And it was because of the percentage cut taken by those companies on V-Bucks. And when everyone kind of went, well, yeah, you're on the platform, pay them. They're like, no, we're doing this for the little guy. And people kind of did jump on a board and that go, yeah, they do take too much of a cut for the little guy. And for some reason, it just carried on and Epic won. So,
that small indie publisher, bless him.
If that helps the little guy, good for them. Whatever.
We'll see.
It's a game on microtransactions I will never play. All right, that is everything from 2023.
It was.
I thought it was like a big thing to talk about.
Well done, Coleman.
You're welcome. Tried something new. Let us know if it was entertaining at least.
I think it was good, but I'm not the best judge because I'm here.
You have the short-term memory of a cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You thought we just started.
Yeah. So
Doing
wait, what? Nintendo?
You thought we were doing Game of the Year.
Yeah. Can I talk about VR?
My worst game of the year this year. Oh.
Go on, anyway, worst game of the year.
That was 2023. We have recapped 2023, which means that we better start peeing and moaning about 2024. And who knows? That's what we might be talking about next episode, if you're lucky and you stick about, of course. So thank you so much.
Join us.
Yes, join us next episode, which will be in 2024. where we will talk about 2024 and get things horribly
From the world
wrong.
of tomorrow.
You will laugh when you listen back to us this time next year and all the things we're excited about, and you go, "Oh, you silly, silly, silly men! You silly,
Will we have
silly
flying
men!"
cars yet?
Never.
Will we have flying cars
Nope,
yet?
just hoverboards.
Hate the future.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, hoverboard. Yeah, all right, I'll take one of them.
Yeah, hoverboards. You're right with those.
Hoverboards are good.
Yeah. Does it have to be the pink Mattel one?
We won't have
Can I have one of the cool ones?
Yes, for you it does. You have to have a pink one.
You have
Neon
to have
pink.
the pink one's the first one. But I mean, what color do you want, Coleman?
I love the Biff Tannen one, the cool black one with flames and shark and stuff on it. I want one of them.
You're so cool.
Wow.
All right, I'll have the pink one. Screw you.
There we go.
I mean, bad on a skateboard. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do a hoverboard.
No, but we think how much more entertaining it will be when another 20 foot of altitude is added to it. It's just going to be great.
It's going to be a great way to crack your spine.
We're going to stop
technology
talking
that
now.
you can play with. I'm looking forward to seeing how Ubisoft supports it.
We're going to go now. Is what we're going to do. We're going to be back next year. So thank you for all the support you've given us this year. We truly do appreciate it. And if you continue listening to us, well, then that'll make us very happy. So we'll be back next episode. Hopefully you'll be listening too. But all we've really got left to say now is that I have been Dan.
I might have been Tim.
I've been Coleman.
Yes, you have. Happy New Year, everyone. And until next time, dear listeners, toodle bye.
Ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarrel.com for more podcasts, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarrel.com.
Even when it's on sale for a questionably low price. I shall not do that. So anyway, all I can say is I was looking forward to Forspoken. The demo broke me, and I refuse to look at it anymore.
Oh.
Coleman,
I really
however,
like this game.
Yeah,
I really like this
Coleman
game.